Hi everyone, my name is Raziel Kane and I'm back with another Arcade's voice acting. In my last video, I mentioned I was taking on too much for my own good when I decided to spotlight the late Chris Latta. Well, let me tell you, he was a walk in the park compared to the voice acting workhorse that is Corey Burton. First off, I bet this legend doesn't even have a carbon footprint because almost nothing is written about his personal life. Which is good because my goal here is never to expose people's daily lives. I want to focus on the actor's work, but it's always nice to have a bit of background. Second, I had no idea how many roles this voice machine had done. Well, you'll see. Corey Burton was born on August 3, 1955 in West Los Angeles, California as Corey Greg Weinberg. He grew up in the San Fernando Valley, where he still lives today. He mentioned in prior interviews that he became a fan of voice acting in his early childhood, but it was during his early teens he decided to become part of the voice acting community to join the great people he admired. This man's great journey began at a local radio station doing voiceover for commercials. During that period, his uncle introduced him to the great June Foray, who is an absolute legend in the field, voicing since 1930s. Through her, he met Daws Butler, another legend of the art. Mr. Butler had formed a radio acting workshop that Corey had joined. Doing many odd jobs, he was noticed by an intern of a subdivision of Disney who produced an educational video Corey had worked on. At the time, Disney was preparing to redo the Storyteller read-along books, and Corey was hired to join the cast who would mimic the voices from the animated movies. While working on those read-alongs, someone noticed his ability to sound just like Paul Frees, yet another legend of voice acting. This got Corey to perform voices for Disney's park ride, The Haunted Mansion. Afterwards, he landed plenty of voice work for tons of Disney projects like movies, shows, and theme parks. In 1984, working for Wally Burr Recordings, he started doing what us Transformers fans know him for. He's credited for 9 characters on the Transformers, starting with my favorite, Sunstreaker.
The star has arrived!
But his most memorable role is probably Spike Witwicky.
Well, I guess I served my time and I'm free to go, huh?
He also gave life to the sturdy Brawn.
Ask my buddy here about it. And ask him polite, because anyone who doesn't think he's a hero is gonna have to answer to me.
The logical Shockwave.
Record Sentinel Guard response time and accuracy. Holographic target selected. Target projected.
A younger sounding Alpha Trion in the episode War Dawn.
Now he is the first of our new defenders, Optimus Prime.
And Dion from the same episode.
Suckering more people into doing your work for you, Orion?
On top of that, he's the quintessence scientist Mara Al-Uta.
I've grown more powerful since last we met, Master!
The mercenary Sluxoid.
The Autobots think the Decepticons did it!
And the Throttlebot Wideload.
Wanna melt us all down into scrap?
Usually after presenting the actor's Transformers voice, I tell you about his most iconic other work. But this stupendous actor is credited for 726 roles in 297 titles on BehindTheVoiceActors.com. This includes TV shows, movies, narration, video games, and park rides. It's hard to pick which are considered iconic, since everyone has different tastes. So I'll give you my choice of his best work. He was Tomix on G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, which is an iconic show for most of us. He was half the cast on the various versions of the show The Adventure of Spot. A little less iconic, but impressive nonetheless. He did a lot of work on the various DC Universe cartoons, most notably Brainiac and many shows, but also 7 characters from Superman the Animated Series, 6 more on Batman Beyond, 8 more on Justice League, followed by 6 others in Justice League Unlimited, and add to that 13 characters from Batman, the Brave and the Bold. As you know, he did voices for Disney shows, movies, and video games. Most notably, he voiced Ludwig von Drake from DuckTales, Dale from Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and the over-the-top Captain Hook from Peter Pan. He's been 17 characters alone in Disney's House of Mouse. And if that's not cool enough for you, he's been the voice of Count Dooku in various Clone Wars related TV shows and video games, and a panoply of other Star Wars characters, around 20. He went back to the Transformers franchise in 2007 for Transformers Animated, voicing Ratchet, Shockwave, and Megatron. He also reprised the voice of Spike in 2 cameos that I absolutely adored. Another impressive feature is that he's been 58 characters on a show called Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi. 58! Working for Disney, he naturally voiced in one of my favorite video game franchise, Kingdom Hearts. He reprised many of his characters' voice for the games and also voiced a new character, Ansem the Wise. Oh, and he voiced one of the dinks in Spaceball. It's not iconic, but it's funny as hell. At this point, I usually say something like, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the characters he portrayed, but for Corey, it's the tip of the cataclysmic-sized asteroid. I could make a 4 hours long video of all the stuff he did, but I'm not immortal and you probably would fall asleep in 3 minutes. Amongst all the research I did about Corey Burton, one thing did stand out. He often mentions that from a young age he wanted to be part of this business, to be part of something great. He sure as hell accomplished that. There are some great interviews with Corey Burton on YouTube, which I will link in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed my brief video of Corey Burton's voice acting. I sure hope you guys like it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And share! Keep coming back, I have more on the way. And always remember, nothing in life gives you the right to be an asshole. Take care!